Hello everyone, I'm Larry Satchwell, and every once in a while a product comes around that changes the entire industry, and I think this is one of those products. The Beako by Kiwibit. This has 4K resolution. It's so unique. It's going to take a couple of videos to unwrap this. So let's get started with part one. I love this feeder. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. If you've been here before, you know that I often do promotional videos on bird feeders. I love feeding the birds. I've made several bird feeders of my own, and I have a lot of bird feeders with cameras in them. Most of them look exactly the same. Looks like they've come from the same factory. Every once in a while, and I turn down several every month, but every once in a while, a new design comes out, and that's what happened here. And this looks different than all the rest. And as you can see, they have gone the extra mile here, wrapped it up so it doesn't have any water damage in transit. And I appreciate this. I mean, this is, I've never had one wrapped up this well. And so right there, I know that I'm working with a quality company. There it is. I printed this off because I didn't want to miss any of the features. This camera is boasting a 4K UHD photos, and I've only got one other bird feeder that has 4K. All the rest are much, I think they're 2K, but the 4K is miles above it. So I'm hoping that this is true. It has a 130-degree angle. It has 4 ways to install it: on the wall, on the tree, on a pole, and hanging. I don't recommend on a tree or a wall, either a pole, and I've never seen one that you can do for hanging. So I might experiment with that, but my plan is on putting it on a pole because that's the safest way to keep predators off. It's user-friendly. It features a 1.4 liter removable grain dual hopper. So I will put that in US terms here when I go to get it. It's AI recognition over 10,000 birds. We don't have 10,000 birds in our area, but we'll see what it does. And it says it's constantly evolving its intelligence. So it's probably got an AI feature in there. And it's also IP65 waterproof. So let's see what's in the box. How do I get in the box? This looks like a cover. Yeah. So another layer of wrapping. Right on top, the user's guide. Looks like a quick start. And then a more thorough manual. Here is the bracket. I always look for a strong bracket. One of the first bird feeders I had, a raccoon got on it and broke the bracket. I reported it to the company. They, of course, didn't want me to share that information, and they immediately upgraded it. Okay. The roof is in here, but it looks like I have 2 tabs to pull out. Oh, yeah. I can pull all this out at the same time. There's the roof. This looks like the pole mount in here. There's the perch. This looks like it might be the way to hang it. And this looks like the pole attachment. This is the box of essentials. Comes with that a tree strap I see here. And again, I don't recommend that. Ways to put it on the wall. A lot of little screws. It looks like you're going to have to put some things together. This was probably the solar charger, and it is. And here is the main deal. The feeder itself. And there's that hopper that comes right off. How convenient is that? And this camera is definitely different than all the rest. It has a place for a micro card and a USB-C. So I'm sure this is going to have to be charged overnight. Well, friends, it's time for me to own up to a mistake. I just took this in and plugged it in overnight and read the directions. They recommend 9 hours. However, I got everything ready to finish filming this morning and realized that I neglected to do a very important thing. And like I said before, this is a very unique camera, bird feeder. I've not seen anything like this. So here's what I neglected to do. In the bottom, there are 2 rechargeable batteries, and it very clearly says in the quick start to open this up and remove these. In fact, I'm finding it impossible to remove. And the tab broke. Came out really easily after the tab broke. So I need to remove this. And I'll reinsert it. Just like that. You know, I think I forgot to release that. So let me double check this. There's going to be a tab in here that says remove. There's also this little metal thing here. Once you press it forward, it's really easy to remove. The other thing that I noticed as I was reviewing yesterday's video is that I failed to notice that this is all cardboard. Normally, these bird feeders are packed with foam upon foam upon foam. This is like 99% recyclable. All of this is cardboard, and cardboard is so much easier and recyclable, is that a word? Than plastic and foam. And so the only thing that's not recyclable is this piece of saran wrap they had wrapped it in. That, again, is the sign of a quality company. While it's charging overnight, I'll thoroughly read the directions and get back with you tomorrow. Stay tuned. So what I'm going to do now is switch to my iPad over here for filming and do a screenshot so you can see exactly what I'm doing on the screen here with this app. I don't have this app, so I'm going to go to my camera, and there's a QR code right here on the quick start, and that takes me to the app. So I need to get. Wow, it downloads really quickly. And it says in the directions that the app will let me know what I need to do. I don't want it to send me notifications every time a bird comes on because I have hearing aids and that thing will beep all day long. So I'm going to allow it to send a scheduled one. I'm going to agree to the user comments, user agreement so I can use it. I'm going to create an account. I live in the United States. I'm going to put my email address in here, and you're not going to see this. So it's going to send me a verification code to my email. 409361. So I'm going to set up a password. All right, there it goes. Give it a minute to start flashing. So I've still got a hold of it. I'm making all these rookie mistakes so you don't have to. This is the one I want. And again, I'll put in the password that you can't see. Go to next, I'll confirm that. And now it's connecting. All right, name the device. I'm going to name this just what it is. The Beako. Beako. And I'm going to try to see if it's at the, let's put it at the back door. I'm at the back door now, but I haven't, let's put it by the basement door. So that's done. We'll go to next. I charge you $47.49 for an annual subscription, or you could do it monthly. But I'm going to use an SD card. I have a 32 gigabyte SD card, and there's a room for it right here. And I'm going to use the SD card and not try it. But you could try it for free right now, but I'm just going to say no thanks. It's so unique. I'm going to switch back now and put my phone up here as my main camera. I know I've said this several times, but I really am impressed here. They've engineered a lot of things into this. So the first thing they want me to do is to put the perch on. So that's no problem. It has some matching holes here. Quite easy to see where the screws go. And these are stainless steel screws, I can tell by the way they shine. So we'll get a couple of them started here. And then I'll come back and turn the Allen wrench the other direction and just snug it up. So this is one of those unique things I was telling you about as you work with this. This is a pole mount. It will mount on a piece of 3/4 inch conduit. There we go. Past that knob. There it is. Get things lined up again. And these screws are long enough to go through both of these. I'm going to snug this up so it doesn't slip again. Now that I've got those right there, I should be able to set it on its back here and put the rest of the screws in. Now, if I was going to mount this to the wall, I wouldn't need to put this on. I would just directly screw the wall mount onto it. But since I am putting it on a pole, I'm going to use the wall mount as the mount for my solar panel. There's that. Now, let's get the solar panel out here. This is so cool. It has the 3 holes right there. No drilling needed. To line this up easily, I'm going to put the screw on the Allen wrench, the screw through the solar panel, make sure I have it orientated correctly, and get it started right there. And I'll do the same thing for this one. Leave the screw a little bit loose so you can see what you're doing. I have not seen any bird feeders last year or this year on the market that allows you to do this. So bravo to Beako. Very well engineered. And then I'll plug it in. So, only thing left to do is to put the lid on. And, you know, I talked to the company. They do have a way to hang it here, but they don't recommend it. They're trying to engineer a different way. This hook would go in here. Well, this hook would go in here, and this would go in here, and it would hang like that. But they don't like it. If that's your only option, go ahead and use it. I think it'll work. But they're trying to engineer a better way. So we'll pop the lid on here. And there it snaps. And it has a little button back here to release it. So then the feed hoppers Go right in here. And there's two clever little chutes down here where you can take it out. So let's go mount this and put some feed in it and start getting some photos of the birds. Before you put your pole in or decide on what wall you're going to use, make sure you have a signal. So I'll go around where I want to put it and check the signal and make sure it's strong so I can get some pictures. So I'm at the top, getting feedback from the feeder. I'm at the top of the garden here. It gets a lot of light, and I'm seeing it here on my iPad. Take a screenshot of that so you can see. So I'm going to put it right here. It looks like it has plenty of Wi-Fi. So to mount this, I'm going to put it inside the garden so it doesn't interfere with the mower. I'm going to put this rebarb in here. And I've got the conduit, and on this conduit I just put a hose clamp, is what it's called. And I got this bowl at one of my favorite thrift stores for $2.99 and drilled a 1-inch hole in it. So this will be a great deterrent for squirrels. I can't believe that a raccoon could get it. That'll go like that. Take this thumb screw off. There we go. And that'll go just like that. And I think I want to lean it a little bit this direction. Oh, that's perfect. Now, I'm going to put this so the sun catcher is straight up. It's not going to get a lot of late afternoon sun right here, but it's going to be perfect for that. Let's go get some bird food. So normally I would just take the hopper, and I have a big garbage can that I keep my bird food in, and I would just take it there, but there's not much light there. So this is a 4-cup container. So it's going to hold almost 4 cups in that side. And I'm going to assume it's going to hold almost 4 cups in this side. So about 7 cups, I would guess that this would hold easily. So I'll just slip it over the top. There's only one way you can go, and it slides right in. And then I'll open up the little chutes. And we should be ready to go. Close the lid, of course. I'll wait till some birds start hopping on this to post anything.